fans.
Hey, borracho!
Hello everyone, we have come to the end of another action-packed year of boxing, and everyone here at Seconds Out has had the pleasure of being in your corner to bring you the latest news and views in boxing.
I'm breaking jaws here. To arena.
With that said, we've put together a list of our favourite conversations with fighters, so without further ado, here are our top 10 favourite interviews of 2022 to ring in the new year.
Ooh, it make me getting all emotional.
Jumping in at number 10, it's GOAT recognised quote as Claressa Shields lets us in on an emotional conversation with Floyd Mayweather.
Man, the best piece of advice that Floyd has given me was the night of my fight with Savannah Marshall. Right before I went out to the ring, he had called my coach, GT, and he said, ooh, it make me getting all emotional. But he called me and he said, if you don't win no other fight, you gotta win this one. And it was like, I had needed to hear it because it was like I wasn't worried, but it was like he was like, he's like, you got it, you know, and just hearing him like you know, cheer for me and tell me like, you know, this fight is your fight with Savannah Marshall is like my fight with Pacquiao. And when he said that, it was like I was at home on my couch, literally holding my gold medals, like praying that he win the fight. And he won. And just like that's how important this fight is for you. It's gonna change your life. He said, so it don't matter if you never win another fight in your life, you gotta win this one tonight. And when he said that, it just charged me up, and I was like, man, I'm about to hurt her. And that's what I did.
Breaking jaws and breaking into our list at number 9, it's Radio Raheem and Sam Hyde after his debut win.
Straight out of the 80s. I've seen you in the movie. Was it Breaking?
No, breaking.
Radio Raheem.
Breaking. I'm breaking jaws here. To arena. Listen, man, that was a more difficult match maybe than you had anticipated.
I had no fucking idea what a real fight was like, to be honest with you, sir. I thought it would be all rainbows and candy canes and corn. But it fucking was crazy.
What was the toughest part of the night?
Just some stamina. Just keeping my, not blowing through my stamina, which I did. You saw. I was breathing heavy. I was out there looking like my mom. So.
Well, talk to me about what you did in build up for this fight to keep your stamina good.
I smoked Nat Shermans, which are a higher quality cigarette. They're more expensive, but I was able to survive some of my lung power with that. And let's see.
Did you withhold your chi?
I withheld my chi. I did. You heard me telling that other gentleman about that.
In at number 8, Conor Ben was one of the hottest topics in boxing this year, and our very own Danny Flexen got the lowdown with Eddie Hearn.
Initially, when I'm very dubious and about any of that stuff, right? I've experienced it a dozen times. There's a lot of things that go on contractually, and in this instance, him requesting VADA testing, right, that make you realise, like, not being funny, but sometimes you say to a fighter, we're going to do VADA testing for this. If a fighter turns around and says, are you? Like, obviously, but when a fighter comes to you and says, look, make sure we're all on VADA, get him on VADA as well. And Eubank said the same thing, by the way. When the result comes in, I'm looking in his eye. When people like Tony Sims are virtually living with him, and when I see the results, speak to the experts, speak to the UFC that have been very helpful around this, that will come out as well, there is a lot of belief that this young man is innocent. But it's irrelevant me saying it, because the public will say, well, you're going to say that. So we'll see what the ultimate decision is. But yes, I have doubted his innocence, and I've made my decision based on the facts, based on talking to him, based on knowing him, based on going through this process, that I believe that he's innocent. Now, you can criticise me for that, but it's none of your business. Like, I'm entitled to my opinion, right? Just like you are. I know 100 times more than you about this case. The process, the testing, the results, the labs, the science, and in my opinion, he's innocent. But what is innocent? Is it in his system? Yes. Did he meaningfully ingest it? I believe no way. But you've still got to come up with the answers.
Number 7, all of the lights came down on King Khan's career, and Amir was once again humble in defeat.
Yeah, you know, it was tough out there. Kel came trained, came ready. No disrespect to him, it was an amazing fight. And just wish him all the very best in the future. Like I said, you know, it made me realise that maybe it's tough for me, you know. I've been in the game a very long time, 18 years at the top level of boxing, you know, I've been fighting at. And I think it's time now to maybe consider to call it a day, because for some reason I just didn't feel right in there. No, that's no excuse, that's maybe just of age. But like I said, overall, respect to Kel and his team. They came ready, and overall, the crowd was happy.
Hall of Fame trainer Freddie Roach explains how his coaching career started with the legendary Eddie Futch in at 6.
Yeah, when I first retired from boxing, I just didn't really know what I wanted to do, and just kind of roaming around here and there, and probably getting in trouble if I could. but you know, then I after about a year, I said I better get back to work. I spent all my money. So you know, I went to the gym and talked to Eddie Futch, my trainer, and I asked Eddie if I could be his assistant or one of his assistants, and he said, yeah, sure. And I worked for Eddie for 5 years. I learned a lot in that 5 years, and it was really good for me. And a lot of people say, well, how much money did they pay you? Everyone wants to know how much they paid me. They didn't pay me fucking nothing. You know, like, you know, I didn't ask for money, because I was there to get knowledge. And that's what I wanted, and that's what I got.
Number 5, Fury's on fire, and Radio Raheem and the WBC heavyweight champion are in fine form once again.
I'm going to be all over that ring dancing, free-stepping round, slipping and sliding, feinting. Double feint, treble jab, double jab, single jab.
Now, the mention
I'm
of...
sticking behind the shoulder roll like James Toney. Bam, 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 bam.
No flashbacks.
Yeah, all that. Flashbacks I was when I was like 22.
You mentioned Hollywood, and, you know, you came out in the workout to...
Living in America.
That's it.
James Brown.
Have we seen Tyson Fury for the last time fighting in America?
No. Me and Bob were talking about the Raiders Stadium, maybe that Wilder 4 fight in Vegas. Come on.
Wow, before you got Usyk ringside tomorrow or Saturday night.
Who?
Alexander Usyk, you might have heard of him. He's got a few belts. He wants to be undisputed.
Don't know who he is. Sounds like a sucker to me, though.
Well, you're going to make a lot of people disappointed. I talked to Bob Arum today.
You can't make everybody happy, can you?
You cannot.
Like I've always said, only one person I've got to make happy is my wife. Other than that, the rest of them.
So your wife said she'd rather see Wilder 4 than Usyk?
My wife said she don't want me to fight. She wants me to retire. She won't like to see me fight anybody. She'd like to see me home permanently.
So before this bum of the month next year, could this be the last real fight?
I don't know, you know. You never can tell. Never can tell. You never know who you might come across in your bum a month campaign.
Now, when I come into your locker room after the fight, you've always got some good hip-hop playing.
Yes.
What can we expect to hear from you on the night?
You'll have to come in and find out, won't you?
Come on, give me a taste. What hip-hop's on your mind?
Biggie Smalls, 10 Crack Commandments.
There you go.
There we go.
And
For all
lastly,
those people who don't know what that is, check it out.
Usyk has said he's going to
fuck
climb
Usyk.
in the ring. He's going to climb in the ring after you fight.
Fuck him.
Getting a win at the 4th attempt and landing at number 4, it's Deji after his win over Fuzi.
3 losses in. Most people would quit. Most people would say, you know, this isn't a sport for me. What kept you going?
I have no quit in me. Simple as that. And I can't let the best team that I have down. I've got Daly in my corner. I've got Leon. I've got the best osteopath going. I've got Gabriel. I've even got. Well, I don't know where he is right now, but I got my boy Shane. He was with me from the beginning of this camp, this fight. So, yeah, simple as that.
Moving into the top 3, King of the Jungle and Yarde reveals all about the lions in the camp.
You, Tunde, Ade, like there's grillings happen in my camp. Like we all gang up on each other. We're like, bruv, where you been? You ain't been in a couple of days. You're talking about this and that. I don't care about your personal life. What? No one can say nothing because I went through shit during lockdown and I was still here. Don't talk to me about don't come with excuses. Excuses can't exist around here. Tunde again, one thing I can say about him, he's never been a day at the gym, not once. So me and him have competition, like if he misses a day because he's had dentist, I'm like, you come over with this dentist talk, you miss gym. If I have the same thing, you come over with this, it's usually dentist or something like that, you miss gym. If I've got anything, if I've got a birthday, my own birthday, I train, then I enjoy myself. That's just how we're all built. So We got a strong camp in. James Cook's come in with his, his expertise and his experience, and he just fits, like he's fitted in. And we all trust his opinion as well. Like he's got us doing certain runs and he's picking up on certain habits. So he's like, throw that shot after you've done that. That's excellent. But throw that shot after, and we're like, yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense. And we talk. We're like, yeah, do that. And I'm like, the reason I don't do that is because of that. See, I didn't think of that. So it's like it just works. And there was other people that that was in mind. Who was gonna. Ben Davison. I think he's an excellent coach. He came up in conversation, and Tunde, one thing that surprised me about Tunde that I really appreciated is Tunde, when it came to progression, his ego left. His ego went out the window. We sat down as a team and said, yeah, like it needs to be a thing where someone needs to come and like help a little bit, or because we're clearly doing something right. Because Tony did something right with me. 12 amateur fights. 11 amateur fights, 12, can't remember. It's mixed and match. Someone said to me the other day, you actually had 11. That's what someone said to me, and I was like, 12. They were like, no. Do you get what I'm saying? And then they said to me, you had 11, 10 knockouts. And I was like, you sure? I was like, no, it was 12, 11 knockouts. They were like, nah. But anyway, Tony done an excellent job with me. Taught me to be a showstopper. That's what he used to call me. He's be like, you want to go there, be the showstopper, stop the show.
Number 2, Oleksandr Usyk is on a collision course with the best heavyweights in the world, and Radio Raheem sat down to talk brass tacks with the Ukrainian enigma.
Let's make it happen. Let's make a present to the boxing fans.
Hey, borracho!
Let's make this present for the boxing fans. Let's fight. Let's determine who is the best in the division, who's the best in the world.
Now, if I may mention one other heavyweight that has made quite a lot of noise in the past month with his win, Joe Joyce, who is a guy that the fans are eager to see fight the elite in the heavyweight division. What is the chances, first of all, that fighter becomes one on your checklist? And what do you think of Joe Joyce as a heavyweight?
За ким я би хотів боксувати? Ні. Нафіг. Та ну ти дивишся, танк, нафіг з ним. Я взагалі не хочу з ним боксувати.
No, I don't want to fight with him. He's like a tank. Did you watch him fighting?
He's like a what?
Tank.
A tank?
A tank, yes.
And finally, as we wrap up with our top 10 list, a great big thank you to all the subscribers of Seconds Out. Here is at number 1, Radio Raheem and Dereck Chisora.
This is the best part now. Once everybody's gone, you're home now by yourself and your family, and your other half is healing your wounds, your jaw's hurting, your eyes are puffed up. Everybody's gone now. You by yourself. And people will call, well done, unlucky, But you're all by yourself. This game, it's not a team sport. You by yourself. Everybody you have around you, employees, you employ them to do work for you and you pay them. It's not a team sport. People say, me and my team now. No, that's bullshit. You're home by yourself, wounded, battered and wounded. That's it. When you heal back and then you bounce back.
Let me say, as a reporter, in the sense I've covered you for so many years, and as a friend, which I think we've grown to be over the past few years, you don't owe the fans anything. You have given everything to this sport that you possibly could. Tonight is no exception. And whatever makes you happy, I want you to do. But boy, I would like to see you relax and enjoy that family and enjoy yourself and enjoy the rest of your life.
I'm going to get on to cruiserweight.
Radio Raheem with War Chisora, my friend, inspiration,
Thank you.
And an icon, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you.
British people should be very proud every time they see your face and hear your name.
Thank
You've
you.
done a lot for this country and this sport.
Thank you.
Radio Raheem with Dereck Chisora.